The first time you activate this hack, it feels wrong. Sounds sharpen, colors stretch. Your thoughts go silent, and suddenly you know what's about to happen before it happens. It feels like cheating, like having eyes in the future. This is the sixth sense, and once it's on, you can never turn it off. Chapter 1. The tongue switch. Most people live and die inside the same cage, the cage of ordinary intelligence. Schools taught you that being smart means memorizing dates, formulas, and rules. Society told you to trust grades, degrees, and IQ scores as the only measure of genius. But those measures don't make you powerful. They make you predictable. Think about it. If intelligence were just logic, the world's most logical men would rule it. They don't. If intelligence were just memory, your professors would be kings. They're not. Real power comes from another layer, one that most people never touch. This layer feels alien. People call it intuition, a gut feeling, or even superstition. But it's none of those. It is a nervous system hack that transforms your brain into a radar, a sixth sense. And today, you will feel it for yourself. The forgotten switch. Hidden inside your mouth is a switch that no one ever taught you. It isn't mystical. It isn't symbolic. It's biological. The switch is your tongue. Here's the drill. Place the tip of your tongue against the roof of your mouth, just behind your front teeth. Hold it there. Now breathe through your nose, slowly, deeply. 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. Keep the tongue pressed, keep the breath steady. At first it feels meaningless, but stay with it. Within seconds, your nervous system begins to shift. Why? Because the tongue position closes a loop in your body's electrical circuit. You link the vagus nerve to your brainstem, and the result is radical. Your heart slows down. Your breath deepens without effort. Blood flow to your brain increases. Background noise in your mind drops away. It's like turning down the static on a radio. Suddenly, faint signals appear. What you feel as you continue the tongue seal with slow breathing. Pay attention. Sounds in your environment sharpen. You notice details you normally miss. The buzz of electricity, the shift in someone's breathing. Your vision expands. Peripheral details appear clearer, as though your eyes are widening without moving. Thoughts quiet down. The endless chatter, the judgment, the noise, it fades. In its place comes an awareness that feels still, but alive. This is not meditation. This is not relaxation. This is activation. You've just shifted your nervous system from reactive survival mode into predictive awareness mode. You've hacked the very circuit geniuses stumble into by accident. You've done it deliberately. The science they don't teach you. Why does this matter? Because ordinary intelligence is always late. You notice a problem only after it hits. You catch the lie only after you're fooled. You see the opportunity only after someone else takes it. The sixth sense changes that. By calming the nervous system while sharpening perception, your brain stops reacting and starts predicting. You see the twitch of an eyelid and know someone's about to lie. You feel a shift in the air and sense danger before it strikes. You notice a subtle pattern and calculate the outcome before anyone else even realizes there is one. This is why ancient warriors practiced this hack before battle. This is why monks used it before entering trance. This is why spies were trained to do it before interrogations. It was never about peace. It was about advantage. Your first activation. Now, try it fully. Sit upright, tongue sealed to the roof of your mouth. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the awareness. Now exhale slowly through your nose for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Repeat. Do this for 2 minutes. Not 10, not 30, just 2. As you do, watch your senses shift. This is your nervous system cracking open the door. This is the first step into genius. The truth you must face, understand this. Unlocking this sense doesn't make you calmer. It makes you different. You'll notice details others miss. You'll feel tension in rooms that others dismiss. You'll sense patterns forming in silence. At first, it feels overwhelming, almost wrong. But this is the cost of seeing reality raw. From now on, you know the truth. Intelligence isn't numbers on paper. It's awareness sharpened to the point of prediction. And with one rare hack, the tongue switch, you've just felt the first taste of it. This is your entry. But don't mistake entry for mastery. To live in this state, to wield it as weapon, you must train it. Silence will sharpen it. Chaos will test it. Patterns will fuse it into foresight. That's what awaits you in the next chapters. Chapter 2. The Silence Ritual. You've activated the switch. You've felt the first spark of the sixth sense. But sparks fade unless they're forged into fire. Now you must sharpen it. The biggest enemy of your intelligence is not ignorance. It's noise. Noise from your phone. Noise from your thoughts. Noise from a world that constantly screams for your attention. Noise blinds the sixth sense. It drowns the faint signals your nervous system is designed to detect. If you want to think beyond genius, you must silence the noise, and that is exactly what this ritual will train. Why silence is the weapon. Think of your brain like a radio. Most people are stuck between stations, half static, half sound. They never hear the full broadcast because the noise is too loud. When you enter silence, you tune the radio. The static drops. Suddenly, you can hear faint frequencies no one else catches. This is why geniuses seem magical. They notice what others ignore. Tesla could see entire machines in his head before he built them. Leonardo da Vinci predicted inventions hundreds of years early. These were not accidents. They lived in states of attention so quiet, the world whispered secrets to them. You are about to train that same attention. The ritual: find a room. No screens, no voices, no interruptions. If you can, turn the lights low or sit in darkness. Now begin. Sit upright, spine straight, shoulders loose. Not stiff, not slouched. Activate the tongue switch. Press your tongue against the roof of your mouth. Seal it there. Begin the breath. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Exhale for 6. Steady, silent, continuous. Drop into stillness. For the next 15 minutes, do nothing but sit, breathe, and sense. Your job is not to control thoughts. Your job is to observe. Notice the hum of electricity in the walls. Notice the tiny shifts of your heartbeat. Notice how the breath feels colder entering than leaving. Notice the tension in your body loosening, second by second. Every detail you catch is a victory. Every second you sustain it is training the antenna. What happens in the brain? During this ritual, your brain waves change. Noise creates high, scattered waves, chaotic, unfocused. Silence lowers them, pulling you into alpha states linked to creativity, focus, and predictive thinking. You literally move from ordinary human frequency into genius frequency. Your neurons begin firing in harmony. Networks that normally fight each other, logic, memory, creativity, start synchronizing. And when they synchronize, insights strike. This is why silence produces genius. It isn't mystical. It's physics inside your skull. The threshold moment. Around the 7-10-minute mark, something happens. At first, your mind rebels. Thoughts will rise. This is boring. This is useless. I should stop. That's the static fighting back. Don't obey it. Push through. On the other side, you'll feel a drop, a shift, as if your mind finally takes its hands off the wheel. Noise collapses. Awareness spreads. Suddenly, you're not thinking anymore. You're sensing. The air feels different. Sounds you never noticed stand out. The silence isn't empty. It's alive. That moment is the threshold into sixth sense intelligence. Daily training. Do this once a day, 15 minutes. Same time if possible. At first, you'll feel resistance. Then you'll start craving it, because you'll notice what others can't. The slight tension in someone's jaw before they snap. The flicker of doubt in a voice before a lie. The subtle rhythm of events unfolding before they happen. This is not imagination. It's the nervous system you trained to detect signals others drown in noise. The value you're building. Understand this. Silence is not withdrawal. It is sharpening. Every minute you spend here compounds. Your attention stretches wider. Your senses deepen. Your mind begins pulling threads together faster than logic can. Most people drown in chatter. You'll hear the hidden signal. Most people react late. You'll sense early. Most people hope for clarity. You'll create it. This is step 2 of unlocking sixth sense intelligence. Awareness sharpened into a blade. Closing of the ritual. When the timer ends, don't rush. Open your eyes slowly. Let the world come back in. Notice how different it feels. Carry the silence with you. Keep the tongue sealed, the breath steady for a few more cycles. Then rise. From this day forward, you are no longer blind to the noise. You can silence it at will. And when you can silence noise, you can hear genius. In the next chapter, we'll do something harder. Because silence sharpens, but chaos breaks. And if you want the sixth sense to survive pressure, you must learn to see clearly inside the storm. Chapter 3. The Chaos Ritual. Silence sharpens, but silence is safe. The sixth sense cannot live only in stillness. It must survive fire, because life is not quiet. Life is pressure, noise, conflict, betrayal, deadlines, war. And in those moments, the world does not care how sharp you were in meditation. It only cares whether your perception remains intact inside the storm. This chapter is your initiation into chaos. If you master this, you won't just feel smarter, you'll become untouchable. Why chaos is the test of genius. Ordinary people lose their minds under stress. Their breathing spikes, their awareness collapses, their decisions shrink down to panic and impulse. This is why most people fail when it matters most. Geniuses don't. They think clearly while others drown. Napoleon on the battlefield, chess masters facing clocks, traders watching billions vanish in seconds. Their gift wasn't calm, it was clarity inside pressure. The sixth sense must be forged the same way, and the only way to forge it is to train under deliberate stress. The ritual of controlled chaos. You do not need a battlefield. You don't need war. Chaos is everywhere if you know how to create it. Choose your storm. Cold exposure, step into a freezing shower, tongue sealed, breath steady. Physical exhaustion, sprint until your lungs burn, then drop into the breath cycle. Fasting, go without food, and when the hunger gnaws, return to the tongue switch and watch awareness expand. Sleep restriction, stay awake longer than comfort allows, then train silence inside the fatigue. The point is not suffering. The point is control. The moment stress hits, your nervous system screams for collapse. You override it, you return to the breath, you hold awareness. Step-by-step chaos drill, enter stress. Cold shower, sprint, hunger, anything that forces discomfort. Seal the tongue, press it to the roof of the mouth, close the loop. Take control of breath. Inhale 4 seconds, exhale 6. Even if your body fights you, command it. Expand awareness. Don't focus on pain. Expand around it. Notice the room, the sounds, the rhythm of your breath. Watch the chaos like an observer. Hold for as long as you can. Start small, build up. Each repetition rewires you. What happens in the brain? When most people face stress, their amygdala hijacks the brain. Fight or flight takes over. Intelligence drops. Sixth sense shuts down. But when you combine stress plus tongue switch plus breath control, you send a different signal. No panic. The amygdala calms. Blood returns to the prefrontal cortex. You stay intelligent under fire. The longer you hold, the deeper the rewiring. You are teaching your nervous system. Chaos is not threat, it is training ground. The shift you will feel. At first, the stress will dominate. Cold will feel unbearable. Hunger will feel maddening. Fatigue will scream at you to quit. Then something changes. The pain doesn't vanish, but it becomes background. Awareness widens again, like in silence. The static clears. You see sharply. This is the breakthrough, clarity inside the storm. And when you reach it, you'll feel it. A confidence so cold it almost frightens you. You'll realize if I can see clearly here, I can see clearly anywhere. Real-world power. What does this give you? Everything. When someone yells, you won't flinch. You'll notice the crack in their voice that reveals weakness. When life collapses, you won't panic. You'll see the pattern forming and know the next move. When others freeze, you'll act with ruthless precision because your perception stays alive while theirs dies. This is not calmness. It is not peace. It is weaponized clarity. Daily chaos training. Pick one storm daily. It doesn't have to be extreme. Even a 60-second cold shower is enough. The key is consistency. Enter chaos, seal the tongue, command the breath, expand awareness. Log the session afterward. Write down what you noticed. Not about the stress, but about your clarity. Did you detect details? Did you predict shifts? Did you hold focus? This is how you build the sixth sense into instinct. The transformation. Understand what you are becoming. Most people collapse under pressure. You won't. Most people think clearly only in calm. You'll think clearly only in storms. Most people drown in chaos. You'll rule it. This is the third step to unlocking sixth sense intelligence. You are no longer just aware. You are unshakable. Leave the silence behind. Step into storms willingly. With every drill, your nervous system hardens, your mind sharpens, and your sixth sense grows stronger. In the next chapter, we go further. Awareness under chaos is survival, but prediction is dominance. And the final ritual will teach you to see not just what is, but what comes next. You already feel it. Your focus shatters the second distraction appears. Your emotions drag you like chains. Your discipline bends every time comfort whispers. That's why you're stuck exactly where you are. The Whisper's Power Bundle is the cure for ignorance. All ebooks, all audiobooks. Every future release dark psychology, forbidden intelligence, and mental weapons they'll never hand you in school or society. But if you don't just want files, if you want practical transformation, then step into Whisper's Student. 90 days of ruthless training protocols, daily discipline and emotional mastery drills. A structure that forces your weakness to die. The bundle feeds your mind. The student training rewires your life. Both together leave no room for excuses. Chapter 4. The Pattern Ritual. You've silenced the noise, you've survived the storm. Now comes the transformation that separates you from every so-called genius alive. Awareness is powerful, but awareness alone only sees what is. The sixth sense of intelligence goes further. It detects what will be. It turns you into someone who doesn't just react faster, but someone who seems to move before the world does. This is the final ritual. The training of patterns. Why patterns are the language of genius. Every genius in history shared the same ability. They saw patterns where others saw randomness. Newton saw the falling apple and the orbit of the moon as the same force. Darwin saw tiny variations in birds and predicted entire laws of evolution. Stock market titans see fluctuations in numbers and predict global movements. The sixth sense is not mystical. It's pattern recognition trained to such a level that it feels like prophecy. You are about to train your brain to do the same. The pattern ritual. Choose your battlefield. It doesn't matter which, because patterns are universal. You can train on human micro-expressions, the twitch of an eyelid, the curl of a lip, the break in a voice. Market shifts, charts, prices, small fluctuations others ignore. Nature, weather changes, animal behavior, the rhythm of seasons. Even your own body, hunger cycles, energy spikes, emotional waves. Once chosen, begin the ritual. Daily logging. Every day record at least 5 small details. No analysis, no interpretation, just observation. Example, he blinked twice before lying. Market dipped before 10 a.m. 3 days in a row. Wind shifted cold before the rain. Stacking. At the end of each week, review the logs. Do not force meaning. Let your mind notice connections naturally. Silent forecasting. By week 3, write predictions in your log. Test yourself. He will repeat this action. The chart will move tomorrow. It will rain by nightfall. This ritual doesn't take hours. It takes attention. But within weeks, your brain rewires. You will feel it, like the sixth sense has clicked on. What happens in the brain? Your brain is a prediction machine, but most people feed it trash. Social media noise, scattered information, shallow entertainment. That keeps the machine weak. By logging patterns, you force the brain to synchronize memory, logic, and sensory data. It begins running simulations in the background. Predictions rise not as thoughts, but as instincts, instant flashes of knowing. This is why sixth sense intelligence feels supernatural. It's not guessing. It's accelerated simulation, running below conscious thought, spitting out answers before your thinking mind catches up. The moment it breaks through. At first, it feels like coincidence. You predict something small. Someone reaches for their phone, the market dips, the storm comes early. You shrug it off. Then it happens again and again, until the weight of accuracy is undeniable. You realize you are seeing threads others miss. You are forecasting while they are still reacting. This is the moment you cross the threshold from smart to something else. Real-world power. This is what sixth sense prediction gives you. In conversation, you'll know what someone will say before they say it. In business, you'll sense which move will succeed before data confirms it. In danger, you'll move a second faster than everyone else. Sometimes the difference between life and death. Others will call it luck. Some will call it manipulation. But you will know the truth. It is the trained sixth sense, operating beyond genius. Daily integration. The pattern ritual is not a 30-day challenge. It's a lifelong weapon. The more you log, the faster you predict. The more you predict, the sharper your sixth sense becomes. It compounds. Imagine doing this for 1 year. You would not just be smarter, you would live in another dimension of intelligence. A dimension where randomness dissolves and reality feels like code you can read. You've reached the final stage. The silence ritual sharpened your awareness. The chaos ritual hardened it under fire. And now, the pattern ritual has turned awareness into foresight. This is sixth sense intelligence. It isn't about being calm. It isn't about being spiritual. It isn't even about being smart. It is about becoming something the world cannot predict. A mind that bends reality by reading it before anyone else. From this moment forward, you are no longer just a student of intelligence. You are the one others will call genius, without knowing the truth, that what you unlocked was not IQ. It was the forbidden sixth sense,